had won 32 in a row. And there's the big hug from old number 15 in the three-piece suit. Scripture on the eyepieces. And Tebow firing for Aaron Hernandez. Gain of 8. Look at the hit he got on the corner blitz from Patrick Peterson. He took it well, Luke.
Yeah, not only that, his head hit the turf.
Coming back from that concussion suffered 2 weeks ago, and Tebow was not reticent to run the football, Mark.
But he wasn't afraid to run it, and the thing about Tebow, he's always looking downfield to throw the ball, but once he started to run, he looked like the Tim Tebow that we thought he could be.
There was Peterson again to make the tackle. Gators had to settle for a field goal. That was a theme of this game. Second quarter, Florida going for it on 4th and 2. Brandon James, a little trickeration, a little reverse. Tigers everywhere, including Chad Jones to finish it off. Gators turn it over on downs. Ensuing LSU drive. Here is Charles Scott on 3rd and goal, Mayday.
And great job of penetration by the Florida defense. They get up there and they stop him short of the touchdown.
5 times 2 years ago in Baton Rouge, LSU converted on 4th down, but the Mad Hatter kicks it, took the field goal.
No, when you play the #1 team in the country, you have to go for it sometimes on 4th down.
And Tebow goes up top and goes for it. How did Riley Cooper get so open? Chris Hawkins against Cooper, and Cooper will use his hands to get loose, Mark. I really believe that Hawkins squatted and thought he had deep help.
He squatted, but it was a little grab there. He got away with it.
Didn't hurt.
Game atmosphere. Not a bad job, but a great job by Riley Cooper catching the pass for the touchdown.
The Fighting Tebow's up 10-3 at the half. 3rd and 7. Here's Tebow getting pressure. Throws incomplete. But Lazarius Livingston, got a finger caught in the face mask. Remember, only 15 yards these days. That would have been 15 anytime. Keeps the drive alive. Caleb Sturgis lining one up just outside extra point distance. You see by the gold-clad crowd, no good. No! You think it's easy? Get out there and kick it yourself, pal. After an LSU punt, Tebow carried it 17 times on the night. On 3rd and inches, stopped again, Luke.
Well, just a fine defensive effort by LSU. Their defense played outstanding. They played well enough to win on defense. Unfortunately, the LSU offense was not productive.
Tebow tried to draw him off sides on 4th down, didn't do it, had to give up the football. Florida runs this on 3rd and short all the time. I'm giving everybody that plays him a scouting report. Shuffle past Aaron Hernandez.
Terrific job by Hernandez of fighting through the tacklers and picking up the extra yardage.
Florida kicked another field goal to make it 13-3. This is a 4th and 1 play. Mark, they lined up in the shotgun.
Big mistake. He should have been under center. Give him some options.
Brandon Spikes made a huge play, and the Gators go in and win it 13-3. Now, it wasn't a pretty offensive game, and in fact, it's the fewest points Florida has scored in a win under Urban Meyer. And for the 4th time in the last 9 years, LSU, a home underdog, does not win. And they did not keep it close enough, if you know what I mean. And Tim Tebow was good enough, strong enough, tough enough to lead the #1 team in the land. The Buffaloes came out and played much better football than they've played all year. Marcus Burton forced his Colt to fumble it. Jimmy Smith's got it deep in Longhorn land. Buffaloes scored a couple plays later, up 14-3, but then McCoy finds Jordan Shipley.
McCoy just threw the ball so very well. Shipley may be the most underrated receiver in the country.
All right, now Colorado punting. I want you to keep a good look on Marquise Goodwin. He blocks the thing. Ben Wells is going to pick it up and score. Horns up for the first time in the game. Later in the 3rd, Texas Penn deep in their own end. They do have the lead. McCoy, tip pass, Jaleel Brown. McCoy was 32 of 39, 265 and touchdown, but he had that interception in addition to the lost fumble. Cody Hawkins, Earl Thomas. My name is Earl. Score a touchdown.
That pass wasn't telegraphed, was it? Because Earl thought it was. He takes it 92 yards for the score.
24-14. Coach alluded to it. Jordan Shipley's having a great year, Biletnikoff-type year. And Brad Nessler said on the telecast, and I'm not sure I disagree with him. I think I do agree with him. Shipley ought to be a Heisman candidate off this team. He's been phenomenal.
Absolutely. When they needed a clutch play to get this offense going and this team going, Shipley comes up with a play, whether it be a reception as a wide receiver or a return right there.
Preseason goals and expectations. Lose to Alabama at home. Done. Done, done, done. Jevin Sneed to Shea Hodge, and then Javier Arenas. He bobbled it for a second, just took it away from him. Great play by Arenas, Mark.
Strong hands, just taking it from the receiver. He wouldn't be denied on the play. A terrific job by Javier Arenas coming up with the interception.
But the Ole Miss defense stood firm all day, forced Alabama into kicking field goals. It's only 6-0, and Jevin Sneed, frankly, he was a mess, Luke.
Well, that's because they discombobulated him. They got pressure on him. They caused him to move his feet. He couldn't get set. He couldn't step into his throws.
Nick Saban said that was his final first-half defensive performance he'd ever seen. Snead was hit on every attempt. Corey Reamer stormed through, blocked a punt for Alabama. Ole Miss again held the Tide to a field goal on 4th and 1. Unbalanced Mark Ingram gone.
Terrific job on the left side of the line of blocking and getting Mark Ingram in short yardage situations. The defense gets close to the line of scrimmage, but look at the blocking on the outside. Terrific job by Julio Jones, moving his feet, moving the defender back.
Ingram had a career-high 172 yards. Snead again. Kareem Jackson picked off. 4 interceptions on the day for Snead. 11 of 35. That is the lowest completion percentage, 31.4, of any quarterback who threw it 35 times all season. Alabama rolls 20 and Oklahoma. Sam Bradford playing for the first time since hurting his shoulder in the season opener. Here is Sam on 4th and 4, trying to connect with Brody Eldridge, and tight end can't hold on. Sam appeared to be a little bit gimpy as he landed a little awkwardly.
Almost looks like he turned his ankle right there a little bit.
He would check out his leg on the sidelines, but Bradford remained in the game, looking at the back of that knee. Early in the second quarter, Bradford, well, he starts looking like the Heisman Trophy winner. There's Jazz Reynolds, 14 yards later in the drive.
He just throws the ball smoothly and very accurately.
Look at that, that's right on time, too. Louis, you and I were watching this game. Both of us just said smooth. Smooth. He's smooth like Santana. Adrian Tennell, the catch, the touchdown. That was Bradford's only touchdown toss, 27 of 49 for 389. Guys, remember Pryor had a game-winning touchdown with just over a minute to go last year. Now, the Badgers were dominating the play early, and Scott Tolzien hits Kurt Coleman. Coleman on scholarship at Ohio State, 89 yards the other way.
But he gets some great blocking down the field of play. No one even comes close to touching him. He houses it for 89 yards. Buckeyes on the scoreboard.
Now, have a look at this thing on ESPN Access. I mean, Tolzien had somebody right in his mustache, and then Coleman jumps in there and grabs it. Well, you see, from Tolzien's point of view, he sort of threw it up for grabs a little bit.
Well, we've talked many times. An interception will usually occur when the quarterback has to throw it before he's ready. Here you get the avalanche of blockers. What you teach all the time, you go immediately from offense to defense, you go to the near sideline.
That was a touchdown for the Buckeyes, and they would get another one prior to the freshman DeVere Posey. With him and Deron Carter, I mean, they've got a couple of stud freshman receivers. That's a terrific catch by Posey. 32 yards, 14-10 at the half. It's 21-13. Ray Small hits a crease, and he's going to be gone. How many safeties, Coach?
There was only one, and he wasn't in a very good position. I get tired of watching those kickoffs run back for a touchdown.
4, Wisconsin found a way to lose it. Michigan and Iowa, the freshman Tate Forcier. Heroics all year, but he had a tough night. Picked off by Jeremiah Hunter. That led to a Hawkeye field goal. 14-10 Michigan. Forcier fumbles on the pass attempt. Iowa's got it, and Rich Rod not pleased with the freshman. Fourth quarter, Ricky Stanzi, Tony Moeaki back in the lineup for the Hawkeyes, Mark.
And great play-action pass. Stanzi rolls out to the right. Moeaki catches the ball, and no one's going to get him. Terrific job of blocking. Look at the receivers down there. It's a convoy by the guys on the outside.
30-21 on Moeaki's second touchdown of the game. Ensuing possession, Michigan called for delay of game. They go 3 and out, and Rodriguez is really all over. He said, come on, Tate. Tate's going to get a jacket. Denard Robinson, shoelaces untied. Bless his maize and blue heart in there, and Rich Rod's fired up. Robinson led that 59-yard TD drive. Iowa goes 3 and out. Now, Robinson, I want you to look at the middle of the field. Brandon Miner is wide open. Robinson didn't see him. Picked off by Brett Greenwood, and Iowa hangs on to win it as his team got set to take on Georgia Tech. Prominent member of the Board of Trustees saying it was time for him to go. Bowden says the game's about the team.
The thing I tried to emphasize to our players, this thing ain't about me. You know, it's about them. You know, it's about us.
A bizarre game, nearly an hour and a half delay for Lightning. Offense all over the place. Christian Ponder, Jamon Fortson, touchdown. Great catch, Coach. We didn't get the foot down.
But there. You don't coach that, Reese.
Pure talent. 35-28. Notice there early in the third quarter, Josh Nesbitt. Nesbitt, who had 266 yards passing against Mississippi State last week, finds Demaryius Thomas for 73. 38-35. There goes Marcus Wright.
Nice job, Marcus Wright, getting to the outside, showing his speed in for the score.
42-38 now. Roddy Jones can't handle the pitch. Florida State recovers it, but they give it right back. Nesbitt With the quarterback showing toughness, mate. They just ripped it away. Look at this.
Determination right there. Give me the ball. Give it to me. I'll take that.
When Nesbitt gets it back, well, if you get it back like that, you might as well do something with it.
And he does an outstanding job here of avoiding the tackler here. Gets a great block downfield and takes it in for the score.
Georgia Tech, absolutely unstoppable. Mickey Andrews has been getting some heat. Going to get some more. The most points Tech has ever scored against Florida State in an absolute barn burner. If you had the over, whatever it was, I believe you probably won. Boston College and Virginia Tech. What a great gesture. Mark Herzlich, the reigning ACC Defensive Player of the Year, presented with a check. Virginia Tech helped raise money for the fight against cancer. Tyrod Taylor, boy, did a great job, Lou, keeping it alive, finding Danny Cole.
He just bought time, and that's the thing that a quarterback can do, is as flexible as he is.
And what about the running game with Ryan Williams?
You don't want to play Virginia Tech right now. They are playing so well. Maybe 3 weeks ago, yes, but since they won in the last minute against Nebraska, they're a different team.
Dave Shinsky picked off by Rashad Carmichael. Old Dave had a tough day, the former baseball player. You can go 0 for 4 sometimes on the diamond. He went 1 for 12 with 2 picks, 4 yards. Shinsky picked off again, Stephen Virgil. BC had 3 yards in the first half. That was from Fontana. And the Rose Bowl, Chip Kelly in Oregon taking on UCLA. Coach, you know how you talked about controlling the first 5 minutes of the second half?
That's absolutely a necessity, and boy, what a way to start the second half.
How many safeties, Coach?
Only 1 safety, and he watched them go all the way. That's what happens when you only have 1 safety.
Kenyon Barner goes 100 yards. How would you feel about controlling the first, 30 seconds of the second half?
Well, that helps even more.
Thomas Jackson the third. Thomas Jackson for 6. Picking off Kevin Prince, 14-3. In less than 4 minutes, Oregon completely turned a defensive struggle into a rout. Prince gave it up. Eddie Pleasant recovered it. Ducks with good field position. Nate Costa in there for the dinged-up Jeremiah Masoli. Is it Jeff Mayo who delivers the mail? Ducks rolling 3-0 in the Pac-10, 5-1, 20. Finally into the poll for Gene Chizik against Arkansas. A game that Bob Petrino called an absolute must-win. Hogs up 13-0. Mario Fannin just had it knocked away. Andrew Stewart laying out. No 3 points of pressure there, Coach. Nose wasn't up.
You got to protect the football, but boy, let me tell you, this Ben Tate is really something else. You're going to see him go 60 yards. He ended up with 180-some yards this week, over 200 yards last week. He is a big-time back.
And this was Auburn trying to get back in it after the Hogs had built a 34-3 lead. Got it back to 34-23, and Arkansas answered with a drive. There's a former Trojan, Mark, Broderick Green.
Just powering up the middle. Terrific blocking on the right side of that Hogs offensive line. Did I say Hogs?
I said Hogs. 44-23. I know you're partial to Hogs from your days. Mallett threw for 274. A couple of touches. Michael Smith, $145. Kentucky, South Carolina. I'll catch up. Steven Garcia, Alshon Jeffrey. Boy, how good was Jeffrey? How good was he on this play?
Spectacular.
He had 3 touchdown catches. South Carolina up 14-10. Head ball coach never lost to Kentucky. 16-0 all time. Randall Cobb goes in. Kentucky trying to tie it. Will Fiddler in at quarterback. Mike Hartline was injured, and the ball coach just has it catching up. 28 road game against a ranked opponent in nearly 20 years, trying to take down the Fighting Manginos, number 16 Kansas. 27-23 game, Austin Arnaud to Marquise Hamilton. The Clones go up by 3. Todd Reesing finds Desmond Briscoe, Lou.
Todd Reesing's such a productive quarterback, but boy, he has 2 outstanding receivers, and you see one here with Desmond Briscoe making a great catch.
Briscoe became the Hogs' all-time leader in receiving yardage, but Iowa State had a chance, down 5. Arnaud, Darius Starks, oh, Mark. Oh,
Got him.
I saw that at Michigan State, Notre Dame.
That's right. Michigan State missed. Notre Dame survived 41-36. I think Sparty appreciates you being so gleeful about it. Oklahoma State and Texas A&M. A&M's Gerard Johnson throws off his back foot, and Uzoma watch him score. Aggies get the 2. They have a 15-14 lead. Zach Robinson, no Des Bryant in this game, ruled ineligible. They're trying to get him eligible again. Tracy Moore, 51, Mark.
He's wide open. The defender slips on the plays, but Tracy Moore finishes off 51 yards for the score.
And then Bo Johnson would cap it off, and the Pokes go into Kyle Field. Never easy. Hang on, 36-31. Aggies have now Air Force. Here's the man with 11 bajillion songs on his iPod, Gary Patterson, music buff. His Frogs keep playing winning tunes. Andy Dalton to Jimmy Young. Nice grab by Young. Joseph Turner would punch it in, Lou.
They are playing very, very physical. They play great defense, but their offense is definitely underrated.
And this is a guy who sometimes takes direct snaps for them. He gets a handoff there. Jeremy Curley goes in. TCU, BCS hopes remain alive, even if Patterson won't talk about it. 20-17 over Air Force. Georgia and Tennessee. Who is that man, Jonathan Crompton, who channeled his inner, I almost said Peyton Manning. Let's not get carried away. How about his inner Heath Schuler?
Okay.
That's not bad. Denarius Moore, 33 yards. Crompton was terrific. 20-27, 310 yards, 4 touchdowns, I should say, just 1 interception. His first career 300-yard game. Finds Gerald Jones wide open, Mayday.
He had great touch the entire day, and what a job on the rollout here, throwing the ball deep for 51 yards for the score.
You know, for all the abuse that Crompton has taken, it's really nice to see him have a terrific day. Joe Cox, he didn't have as good a day. Picked off by Chris Walker, and then later in the game, throws complete to Michael Moore. Art Evans forces the fumble, and guess who's there to get it?
Eric Berry.
You betcha. Some believe he's the best defensive back in the game.
Mark Richt better start.
Taking on UNLV, Max Hall's thrown a bunch of interceptions this year, but the offense has still been productive. Get a little business done on the ground with Harvey Unga.
Nice job by Harvey Unger. Right up the middle. They're not going to catch him showing his heels to the field. Score for the
Cougs, 24-7, third quarter. BYU up by 10. Hall to his fine tight end, Dennis Pitta. He'll go 35 yards. That's a nifty little move. 59-21. Unga goes for a $149. Hall throws for 320. Cougars 5-1. Because Mark May demands it. UConn and Pitt. The Juan Stash. He found himself in a hole against the Huskies. Cody Indris to Marcus Easley, his first career touchdown.
Just a nice throw there and beat the safety man.
But Pitt showed great resolve after falling behind 21-6. It's now 21-13. Both Phil Stull to Doran Dickerson.
What a gutty comeback by the Panthers right here. Coming back from that deficit, grinding it out. Physical, mental toughness by the Panthers.
3 seconds to go. Here's the game-winning field goal from Dan Hutchins.
That was great perseverance because